Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for taking your time at night. And for you guys who are fasting, hope you can stay consistent in this fasting month and have a victorious Idul Fitri later on. Now, let me share my screen. Oh, a lot of things here. Sorry. Let me introduce our club. So we are Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters. Before we continue, please keep in mind that this meeting is recorded, so please dress and talk properly. Turn on your video to share enthusiasm, and mute your microphone unless you are permitted to speak. We have Zoom naming guide. If you are guest, put G before your name. If you take roles, please specify, and for more info, you can visit hailing.me/motivators. So we start with why. We believe that we can add our value by being a competent speaker. Furthermore, we can shape it for specific purposes and learn in a structured approach. We also believe that it is a marathon, not a sprint. So we need to stay consistent with our practice. And with the power of network, we can transfer the knowledge and experience. So that is why we are here. We exist since about 23 years. And we are part of Toastmasters International, having their international curriculum and network. We are eligible to join tiered speech contests from club level and advancing up to international level. Currently, we have one delegate that will compete in District 87 contest. He is Erwin Damar Prasetyo, and let's support him soon on May this year. About pathways, it is the curriculum because we believe that we can shape our public speaking skill for specific purposes. That is why we can choose what type of speaker that we aspire to be with specialized path. And our regular meeting consists of 3 main agendas. Prepared speech, where our registered member delivers speech according to pathways. The table topics, it is basically impromptu speech. Anyone of us can try, regardless of our membership status. It is a good way to practice our spontaneous skill, crafting our ideas in a short time. And we also have evaluations where our speakers from the first session will be evaluated by individual evaluator. The meeting in general is typically evaluated too, but now we have different type of roundtable evaluation for the table topic session. What is it? Let's see later. And you can find out more in this link. So, for tonight, our meeting theme is focus on myself. It is not a way of being self-centered or narcissist, but it is a way of us to go deeper about ourselves, to become self-aware. What is your opinion when you hear the phrase focus on myself? Anyone who wants to give your opinion when you hear this phrase, focus on myself, what is on your mind? Anyone? Feel free to raise your hand or unmute. Focus on myself.
I think, hi Hans. I
Yes.
think it is really internalized. We have to internalize first the problem that we face, that so that we can solve it. So I think focus on ourselves means that we internalize the problem to ourselves and then spread it to the others. That's my point of view.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yusuf. How about the other? Any other opinion about focusing on myself? Yes, Toastmaster Ricky?
Thinking of shutting down the social media and stop comparing yourself with your friends and feeling low, feeling that you're not achieving that much.
Okay. Great. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yusuf and Toastmaster Ricky. So, internalize ourselves and avoid distraction. Great opinion. And then we have our word of the day. For today, it is anchor. In Bahasa Indonesia, we know it is jangkar. It is basically someone or something that gives support when needed. It is weighted on the bottom to make us stay still in our position. So, in terms of focusing on ourselves, anchor is like principle. What value that we hold in our life that makes us stand still in our position. And then there is agenda for tonight. Let me share. Oh, wait. Let me share the agenda. It is actually shared also in our WhatsApp group, but here is the agenda. The first one, there will be prepared speech. The second will be table topics. And the third, evaluation. By the way, for today, I will be supported by timer and ballot counter. Toastmaster Gabriel, could you please introduce yourself and explain your role?
Okay, so overall, my role today is for the timer. So you can, when you do the speech, you can look at me, especially look at my background, or if there's no one sharing, I will also share a screen about the time limit left. And overall, if you see green, it means that at least you pass the time limits and you can be voted. If you pass yellow, you can still go on. And if you see red, please finish it as soon as possible. Thank you. And for the details of timing, I will share it in chat box. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gabriel. She will count the time for the prepared speech, table topics, and evaluation. Now let's move on to the first session, the prepared speech session. There will be 3 prepared speakers for tonight. So who are they? Let's put them in order. The first one is Toastmaster Rizky that will be evaluated by Toastmaster Reza. Second is Toastmaster Yusuf that will be evaluated by Toastmaster Nurul. And the third is Toastmaster Edwin that will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ranto. So let's call our very first evaluator, Toastmaster Reza, that will introduce the first speaker.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Cool. Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, motivators, tonight I have the honor to introduce and later on evaluate Toastmaster Ricky, who gave me an icebreaker project. So as we know, icebreaker project is a very monumental step for every new member in Toastmasters or they deliver the icebreaker of speech. 6 minutes, the timer will be red, and 5 minutes timer will be yellow, and 4 minutes timer will be green. In order for you to be eligible to be voted, you have to be at least reach green and 30 seconds maximum after red. So without further ado, let's call upon Toastmaster Ricky with the speech title, This We Dislike About Ourselves. This We Dislike About Ourselves, Toastmaster Ricky. The screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Dr. Reza. Curious guest, fellow Toastmaster, do you have anything that you dislike about your personality? For me, I do. I am the second most unreliable person in my home. When my son is no longer a toddler, most likely I will be the number one, the most unreliable person. In average, for 2 months, I somehow cooked and left the stove and burned a pan. Yeah, makes my wife angry. And 1 or 2 years ago, when I was babysitting my son, he was 2 years old, more or less. Something big happened. I was babysitting him while feeding myself, eating, and he was playing near the wastafel. As a normal toddler, he really liked to play with water. And at some point, he was squatting tap to increase the volume of the water. And then he fell, hitting the edge of the wastafel directly. He was crying so loud, bleeding a lot. I was devastated. My wife, she couldn't even angry to me, just crying. So I have a lot of stories about how forgetful I am, how clumsy I am, how unreliable I am. It sucks to be me. I looked down to myself. Until TI. Yes, MBTI, the Myers-Briggs type indicator, the famous personality type. There, I learned that I am an ENTP. This is one of the personality type among 16. I am the extrovert and intuitive, thinking and perceiving, or you can say a spontaneous kind of person. Yet, I knew it since college, the core theory, the academic theory behind it. The core theory behind MBTI. I now understand why I tend to be a reliable person. Let me explain. For an ENTP, used daily is these two. The first is extroverted intuitions, which makes me really like to think about abstract things, future possibilities. This is which makes me, spending hours to think about what kind of jobs that will be replaced by ChatGPT, the new AI. And yes, this is the most comfortable zone for me, for an ENTP. And also, introverted one that makes me and other people who has this cognitive function as their top two, to like to think subjectively, like to have an original idea, a novel thinking. And yes, sometimes I do care about others people. I come when there is a party. I try to meet everyone, to make everyone feel welcome, and I also not thinking only in abstract. I have my own favorite music, favorite food that I taste sometimes. But my most comfortable mode of thinking is these two. And you know what is the common thread? These two lays in the brain and also the thinking part. I am a brain person. Another people who are also ENTP is Socrates, the philosopher, and also Leonardo da Vinci, the artist. Yeah, we are the brain person. We love to discuss the idea, but rarely achieve something, and highly undependable. So now I felt better. I can accept myself better before I learn about this cognitive function. It still sucks to be me. I'm still getting annoyed when I realize that I forget the keys and then need to turn back, take the keys. It still sucks. But now, at least, I love that part of me. But I so like, because it's like a two sides of the same coin. So hopefully I can be more, hopefully with this I have a better anchor to help myself not to push hard to myself. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Reza.
Give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Ricky for your great speech. You have introduced yourself and your MBTI personality type, ENTP. Thank you very much. We have gained insights, and it is a good way for us to learn also about our type and how to be aware with it. And let's hear from our timer. How is the timer report?
Okay, 1 second left.
Okay.
6:29.
6:29. Wow, amazing.
Wow.
Almost. Still eligible. Okay. So now let's call the second speaker, Toastmaster Yusuf Suradin, that will be introduced by Toastmaster Nurul.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Is it clear enough?
So far clear.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, hello, my name is Nurul. I'm a member of Fantastic Toastmaster Club visiting here. So I'll be the evaluator for Toastmaster Yusuf. So I think his speech for today would be very entertaining. Why? Because the project itself is about body language. So as we may know that more than 50% of our communications is language. So rather than words, rather than accent, body language plays an important part. And in this project, Toastmaster Yusuf will try his best to practice his body language, the one that is intentional and even an unintentional, like gestures and nonverbal communications. And also, I think the title for his project will be so related with today's theme. The title is Embracing Failure. It's me. Hi, I am. The problem is me. Toastmaster Yusuf, embracing failure. It's me. Hi, I am. The problem is me. Toastmaster Yusuf.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem is me. Fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guest, I'm going to deliver speech and maybe sharing my thought about failures, how to embrace failures. It's easy to talk about failure by the success point of view. I think everyone in this Zoom meeting have experienced failed at some point. Different aspects from small things like failing on exam, bad job interview, or losing video games, or maybe others have failed on diet regime. Or maybe really matters in life, like failing on maintaining relationship with the family, getting fired, or maybe not really happy with their life. One of the most important of learning valuable lesson. At the team, the first instinct when we face failure is we personally looking for someone or something to be the black sheep, not to take responsibility. Not taking the blame don't make us cooler anyway. Later on, being unresponsible. That is in the public eyes, other people respect it. Internally, when we take responsibility, at least on our heart, we can learn somehow valuable lesson. We stand here today as a champion, as the winner of ourselves, at least from our past. Whatever happened with us, it just because ourselves only have the consequences by our choices, our struggles, and nobody else. We have responsibilities for our dream and our action, and accepting the result, including failures. Focus on you, like today's theme, I think. Like I said before, failure and success come hand in hand. People who never get fail, you know who they are? People who never try. And when we get failed, and maybe we think about ourselves as the failure, that we are on the bottom of the world, it is a good chance that we are gaining success. Why? When we are on the bottom of everything, there's nowhere but up. There's no way but moving forward and learn from the lesson and moving forward and go up to be successful. I believe that by the hard choices and hard learn of my mistakes. My mistakes is I always become the best of the class, never get failed, but later on, I got failed, my job sucks, and so on. And I never learned that before. So if you have niece or nephews that failed on math, failed on sport, embrace them. Make them try again. Like my theme today, I Am the Problem With Me is by Taylor Swift. I learned from her speech that effortless is a myth. People said that, like, people, sometimes we like to be successful, but avoiding failure is part of the process. So we fail, try again, and get successful. Thank you very much.
Give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Yusuf. Thank you very much for sharing that failure is part of the success, and thank you very much for reminding us about the importance of being accountable. Now let's move to the third speaker. Our third speaker is Toastmaster Edwin, that will be evaluated by Toastmaster Ranto. Toastmaster Ranto, the time is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hans. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and all guests. Today, Toastmaster Edwin will deliver his first speech, Icebreaker, Persuasive Influence. The length for the speech is 4 until 6 minutes, and the proposed statements of this project is to member to introduce himself or herself to the club and learn the basic structure of public speech. So, fellow Toastmasters and all guests, please welcome Toastmaster Edwin, Journey of My Life. Journey of My Life, Toastmaster Edwin.
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Today I will give you my icebreaker speech. It's a chance for me to introduce myself. For those who don't know me, is Edwin Samuel. And like all of you, I'm a person made up from my past experience. And I'm here today because I'm hopeful that this particular experience. I wanted to start by sharing my childhood story. My childhood story was like a child in general, like playing games, playing PlayStation, a lot of playing. Until exactly when I was 15 years old, I no longer playing games. My father taught me, and at this moment I realized the true story of the real life. Grew up without father is a tough thing. As a boy from the Batak tribe, I'm that the one who will carry the good name of the family in the future. I have to be successful. I have to be make my parents proud of me, and many more things to achieve. But my journey to achieve these things is difficult because I no longer have support and guidance from my father. All my problem and my struggle are smoothed out, including my school matters. I graduated from my school and I go to law school ya at Christian University of Indonesia. Okay. I imagine when I entering the Christian college, the people is religious, full of kindness, obey the rule of Christianity. But my expectation is wrong. I forgot that UKI is a campus that is built in Chawa, an area with a high criminal rate, extort, fighting, and narcotics are all displayed in front of me. Almost every day in semester 1, I was extort by 5 until 7 people on a day. And it's my daily life in college. But I wasn't sad. I kept thinking about how I could get out, get out this darkness, yeah, and face this temptation. And long story short, in semester 3, I was never extorted again. There are reason behind this. The person who always extort me has um, graduated, yeah, from the college, and the other has become my friend. And I was invited to extort people, but I just invite. I don't I never extort people. Yeah, I graduated from UKI the 4 years, and it was a memorable experience in my life. There are many things and experience that will be obtained if I study in another campus or college. If I analogize with a movie, my days in college movie are like a movie with the genre of action, yeah, crime, survival. That's my life in college. But I'm proud to be part of my college. Yeah, in 2022, I graduated and now I work as an associate in a law firm in West Jakarta, and one of the founder of the law firm is the member of Toastmaster, and he is invite me to join the Toastmaster, and yeah, the life is hard and main obstacle, but happily. Yeah, just focus on yourself and you will be positive. Okay, thank you.
Give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Edwin. Yay, thank you very much for your speech that we get to know you more about your background, your education background, and your current career in law firm. Great speech, and how about the timer report from Toastmaster Gabriel? Okay, so everyone is eligible to be voted. And now let's wait for Toastmaster Gabriel to cast the vote. Nah, here we go. There's the form. Let's vote your favorite prepared speaker. And now, let's move to the table topic session. For your information, table topic is impromptu speech session where any one of us can respond to the speech, to the topic that is given. Depends on the meeting theme. And for tonight, we will improvise a bit with roundtable evaluation. So for each speaker, there will be roundtable impromptu evaluation, maximum by 2 people here. If you want to evaluate the speaker in any aspect, feel free to evaluate from the gesture, from the filler words, from the grammar, from the beautiful phrases, or anything that you want to evaluate. And after the table topic session, we will have voting session for the favorite table topic speaker. As usual, the timing will be tracked also in 1 until 2 minutes. So, who wants to try the first topic? We have 5 topics only because of the timing limit for today. Anyone who wants to try the first? Suddenly awkward silence. Or let me just pick one, perhaps Toastmaster Yusuf want to try? Table topic, the first one.
Can you repeat again? Sorry.
Okay.
It is a phone call.
This is table topic session. It's okay if you're on call. Let me divert to other first. No problem. Okay, how about Toastmaster Nurul? Okay. So this is the topic for you. Who are you? Feel free to define yourself in this question.
Who am I? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Who am I? I am ENTJ, extremely narcissistic, terrible jerks. Sorry, just kidding. Well, I tend to hate myself. I mean, I am ambitious person and I used to hate myself for being a jerk. I'm the kind of girl who like to, probably you have that one in the schools that like to argue with everyone. That if she does dislike the teacher, she will argue with teachers. If you work with her and you think that you're wrong, she will just say it in your face. Not that kind of girl who like, others and more like a filler type. I'm that kind of person. And for long, I hate myself for that because it's hard for me to work in a teamwork where I don't, where it's hard for me to depend on other people's. But yeah, I used to embrace about my ambitiousness to others. I like to hide it, but I embrace it now. I become a mom. I choose to become a mom, focus on my son, but nevertheless, I'm still myself, ambitious me, and thinker. So my words can hurt, but that's me. That's I am, full of weakness and also strength. Back to the Tom.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nurul. So you are ENTJ and you're ambitious thinker and you're also a mom. Thank you very much for defining yourself. And now let's see anyone who wants to give evaluation about her speech. Feel free, guys. Perhaps Miss A want to give evaluation. It is okay, or you can give any comment about it.
About before?
Yes.
Or what other topics, Hans?
Oh, no. In this time, we have one speaker first and then followed by roundtable evaluation. So
Okay.
anyone who can evaluate that speaker. And then we move to
Before.
the next topic. Yeah.
Okay, I think the first before is really faster to speak. And then yeah, it's not overflow like this one, very separate one part to one part, like according to me. Okay, that's all.
I see. Thank you very much, Miss A.
Yeah.
How should I call you? A, Alpha,
No,
or A?
Patty.
Oh, Patty. Yeah. Okay, I remember.
I'm using my other sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
But we have got the point, yeah. So thank you, Toastmaster Patty and Toastmaster Nurul.
Okay, Hans, thank you.
Any
Yes,
other
I got the point.
any other evaluation?
Okay.
Okay, I think enough. Let's move to the second topic. Anyone who wants to try the second topic? And all okay, probably Toastmaster Reza wanna try?
Hello,
Yes.
am I
Nah.
audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. What was the word of the day? Anchor?
Anchor, yes.
Okay.
And the topic for you is, why are you here? Feel free to define the reason. It can be practical about this meeting, or it can be anything about your existence. Feel free.
Okay, the timer is Toastmaster Gabriel. Hello, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. What do you do when you hit rock bottom, or it seems that you hit rock bottom, or you just feel that you are drowning and it seems that you cannot go to the surface? That's exactly what I felt, or to be precise, 49 people from my company felt when the CEO of my company told us that they're letting us go. Not just the people in Indonesia, but also the people in India, in Bangalore. They're just basically letting us go. at that moment, we kind of knew that happened, but it felt still very surprising. Weird, isn't it? You knew it going to happen, but it still remained surprising. I wanted to just disconnect myself to everything. I wanted to just run away. I wanted to just fast forward to the time where I find a new job and basically start over my career. But I also understand that life is not just about fast forward. Life is not just about getting what you want or when you get there, but it's also about getting the anchor of who you are. So after having one day to contemplate, I realized that one of my anchors is pretty much communication. It has always been my strength. It's what I love. So that's pretty much what I'm here. I'm here because I have all the time in the world now to basically come to Toastmasters meeting, and I love communicating, I love evaluating, and I love connecting to new people. So yes, that's my anchor. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Reza, for telling your anchor about communication. Wow, that's great. Anyone who wants to give evaluation about his speech or his way of delivering speech? Yes, Toastmaster Ricky.
Yeah. So thank you, Tom. What I observe from Toastmaster Reza's speech is the sweetness of the communications itself. So he begins with questions, intriguing the participants, and then jump into his feelings with his relatable and touching story about being fired in the company. It is timely. We heard that in the news a lot, and also when he pointed back to the word of the day, the anchor, it seems fluid, to communicate it seems fit well. And along the way, I'm waiting. Okay, where's the part that he will answer the question? And boom, in the end, he closed it, connecting it with the questions from the Tom, which is yeah, I'm grateful that I see this sweet communications in a table topic speech. Thank you. Back to the Tom.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ricky. And hope you get it, Toastmaster Reza. Thank you very much. Any other evaluation? Probably no. Okay, so now, anyone who wants to try the third topic? Anyone? Perhaps soon to be Toastmaster Patty wanna try the third topic?
What is the topic of the third?
Okay. How do you define yourself?
How to define myself? I think I'm very. Oh, let me introduce myself first. My name is Patricia. Okay. How I'm define myself? I'm a very patient person. So I talk very slowly, and I'm doing everything slowly, and I'm enjoying my life, and like this one. And also, I also to enjoy about others person life, about their personality. I think so. Okay, that's all. Is it enough or not?
Yes, it is enough.
Okay.
Thank you very much, soon to be
Thank you.
Toastmaster Patty.
Okay.
So you are you are patient, and you like enjoy the life with others. Anyone who wants to give evaluation?
I can be the evaluator.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Hello. For me, for the maybe this is your second or third meeting on the Toastmaster, right? Second, right? Then, according to compare with mine, that already a guess, I think that you have owned the time, so you deliver the message and the question fluently and very fluid, like said before. And but at the ending, I think you need some kind of conclusion that explaining the whole or the underline of the speech that you delivered. That is for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yusuf. So it is about conclusion. Okay. Anyone else who wants to try? Who wants to give evaluation? Okay. Otherwise, let's move to the fourth topic. Anyone who wants to try, guys? Perhaps Ara wants to try.
I'm sorry, I just want to learn from
Okay.
this first meeting. Thank you. for the
Okay, no
chance.
problem. But once you want to try, feel free to change your mind.
Okay,
We
thank
still
you.
have two topics. Any other? Perhaps soon to be Toastmaster Yuda wants to try.
Okay, let me try.
Okay.
Rahim.
Topic for you. What do you
Okay.
aspire to be?
What do you expect to be? Okay. Let me introduce myself too. My name is Yuda. This is my my third meeting with Toastmaster Motivator. What do you want to be? What do you aspire to be?
Yes.
It's very difficult question for me because every time I want to be, that is some difficult situation. So maybe one or two times I want to be something like a public speaker or a businessman. There is some difficulties for me. So right now I want to be myself because I like to be myself right now and I enjoy the process. Besides of that, the people that anchor to me, that keep supporting with myself and what I am doing right now. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Yuda. So great explanation from you about your aspiration. Anyone who wants to give feedback?
Me?
Yes,
So,
Toastmaster Nurul.
hello Toastmaster Yuda. So what I like the most about your speech is that it has a plot twist. Like in the beginning, you try, okay, I want to be this way. I want to be a businessman. And then at the end, you have a plot twist but at the end of the day, for now, after I learned that having so much difficulties, I learned that I just want to be me. I think that's a very good organization of speech, and you have a good foundation. I look forward for your next speeches, maybe when you are a member. For sure, there are room for improvements. Like you could elaborate more about your problems, or you could elaborate more, tell us the story about how you are loving yourself now. I think by telling more stories, it will give more powerful impact. But overall, it's a good speech with a good foundation, with a plot twist. So I really like it. Back to the TTM.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yuda and Toastmaster Nurul. Any other feedback for him? Okay, let's just move to the last table topic question. Anyone who wants to try? Okay, if you or I give the topic first and you may try. Okay, the topic is, what do you like from yourself? Ta-da. It's your time to express yourself.
I can try maybe.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, hello. This is my third time speaking today. Since you're a bit quiet. Yeah, my name is Yusuf, and what I like for myself is that I am a straightforward person, actually, and I tend to, can predict and see the personality in others. Like when someone who had a red flag, I used to detect it first. So my friends usually ask me first that, what do you think about this girl or this guy? And I thought like, yeah, maybe something happens, and also something from the appearance, or maybe just the way he speak or she speaks, and so on. And usually it is true. So maybe I am some kind of empath or something like that. That's what I like about me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Yusuf. Kinda straightforward person, yeah. And anyone who wants to give feedback, feel free. Anyone? Ta-da. Why? Awkward silent. Feel free, even if you have given evaluation, you may try again. Or even if you are new, feel free. Okay, from me, it is more about controlling our pace or tempo in giving speech. That is a good trick to minimize our filler word. But overall, the content, I like it. Thank you very much. And how about the timer report from our 5 speakers? Toastmaster Gabriel, I think they are all qualified. Yeah? And prepare the vote. Oh, only 3. Okay, so we have the voting link. Please cast your vote. And oh, no longer accepting responses. Or is it already closed?
Wait on. You can try again, sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Gabriel. Okay, please cast your vote, guys. Okay, let's wait for a minute ya. Before we move to the evaluation session, 1 minute of silence starts. Okay, thank you very much, guys. So let's move to the third session, the evaluation session. Now let's start. Okay, not from Toastmaster Gabriel, only few seconds for 2 people who don't qualify. So it is actually earlier than the start, yeah, earlier than the green signal. Okay, I think we tend to do it faster in this meeting. You like to finish earlier. It's okay. So now in the evaluation session, let's hear evaluation from our first evaluator, Toastmaster Reza Mardian.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Wait, let me locate Toastmaster Gabriel. There you go. Wait a second. Let me time myself as well. I tend to be overtime. Evaluation. Hello, Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. The hardest part of introducing ourselves is getting very personal and be very deep so that we could have a quality connection with the people we introduce to. I believe that what Toastmaster Ricky did is actually very successful because in terms of icebreaker, not only that he provides a lot of trivia about himself, he actually becomes very personal and cut to the chase, straight to the topic, explaining about his vulnerabilities. And that in itself is basically what we relate when we witness speeches or public speaking. The way I'm going to deliver my verbal feedback is going to be in 2 parts. 1, what I love from Toastmaster Ricky's performance. 2, how do we can make Toastmaster Ricky's performance even be more beloved? Number 1, what do I love from Toastmaster Ricky's performance? He's so relaxed and approachable. You see how really he just basically being himself and tells his story as if he's just talking personally and intimately. Sometimes when we're in a public speaking, we tend to want to just speak louder as if we talk to a lot of people, when in reality, talking intimately is one of the most quality that every public speaker should actually have. So well done on that. 2, visual aids and taking audience in processing his points, especially when he's explaining. When notice how Toastmaster is explaining his INTJ, which is I think ENTP if I'm not mistaken, how he takes time explaining what the E means, the N means, and everything. He really takes time explaining each of the points, and we really are with him along the way. And lastly, what I love is bring relatable issues and vulnerability. How he labeled himself as forgetful, unreliable is basically an amazing thing to begin with. However, there are 2 things that I would like to suggest to make Toastmasteriki's performance even greater in the future. Number 1, I believe that too many one-liner stories focusing on how forgetful, unreliable, and how unreliable you are is actually could be quite distracting. It could be weaken your moral value or a moral message. So I would suggest you to just pick one strong story and develop your content from there. Number 2, still related to number 1, when you talk about just because we show our vulnerability, just because we show our weakness, doesn't mean that it's inspiring. I believe that the second thing that we need to do next after exposing ourselves with how vulnerable we are, how unreliable we are, with how forgetful we are, it's important to also tell and explain what do we do about it, how do we overcome about it, so that at the end of the day, our audience will be inspired and pick lessons along the way. So to recap, what I love from Toastmaster's performance: relax, visual aids, and relatable issues, what to improve, focusing on one story and developing from there, and also focusing on how you solve your problems to make the moral lessons be more inspiring. Over to you, Toastmaster of the meeting, or GE.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Reza Mardian. And how about the timing report for him? Or let's just, okay, 1 second.
Actually, 2 seconds on my timer.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Now let's hear from the second evaluator, Toastmaster Nurul.
Am I audible? Sorry, I asked that question so many times.
Yes,
Am
you
I
are.
audible? Okay. So, fellow Toastmaster member and guest and Toastmaster Yusuf, anyone here likes to cook? No one? Oh, okay. Toastmaster Reza. So, if you like cooking, then perhaps you might find the organization of speech, delivering speech is kind of like cooking. It's an art, you know. Sometimes in cooking, you have to make a delicious food. You have to know how many spices you should put in, as well as how to find that balance. And I think that what Toastmaster Yusuf done today is a very delicious, spicy food for me. It's a very how do I say? It's a very powerful speech. Powerful mean here that the things that I notice in your speech and the way that what things that I like about your speech is that first, your tones. I can see from the beginning until the end that you have these enthusiasm tones, like you smiles and you have a bright tone, you know. Just some people may can be a little bit down when they're talking, and some people can fast like me, but you make us feel more cheerful because you ooze out positive energy from you. And I think that's what I like about your tones, intonations. And also you, in terms of the project, which is body language, as I noticed that you have appropriate gestures like this that, you know, highlight your point even more. And also some of your body movement, you get closer to the camera. I think that's very nice. I will definitely copy that to really show that you're enthusiastic and you highlight important points. I think those 3 is the lesson that I learned from you about body language and intonations. And those things are like spices when you cook soto, you know, or gulai. It's spicy. It like punching you, so it's powerful. But I think the room for improvement is also in that, you know, balancing. Like me, I think we have a similar enthusiastic aura, so we tend to talk fast and tend to forget to pause. While pause can be very powerful as well. It's like for example, when you cook too much of spices, you put some water to balance it down. And I think that's the powerful pause. For example, when you say, often when we fail, we tend to blame others. You can pause over there. So this is what you want to highlight. And related to pause, I think it's also important to put bridging. I mean, it will be more balanced if you put bridging, so audience will know, oh, this is the opening, the main idea, and the conclusion. For example, if you go to main idea, you can say, so first, so this is the reason why I think we have to embrace first, second, on, and then when you go to conclusion, you can. So after all, I think so. You know, having those kind of clue that we are in different kind of sections. I hope that this speech is also not only will help Toastmaster Yusuf to be a greater speaker, but I think it's a reminder for all of us here to keep the balance. But after all, I really like your speech, your enthusiasm, and your body language, how you close down to the camera. That's so cool. I hope to see your next speech in the next meeting. Back to the Tom.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nurul. Now, let's move to the third evaluation from Toastmaster Ranto.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hans. Fellow Toastmasters and all guests, congratulations to Toastmaster Erwin that already delivered his first speech for this evening. There's three things that I love from Toastmaster Edwin after deliver his first speech with the title Journey of My Life. Number one, you already took the opportunity to deliver your first speech. That is your anchor. That is your strength. If you want to be the great public speaker, you have to be brave, to take all the opportunity, to take all the chance that you have. Because after you take the opportunity, you will try to improve your best. The second thing that I love from Toastmaster Edwin, you already delivered the speech with the well-structured and organized. You already share with us the journey of your life from students, then the high school, the university, in the UKI, and after that, after you graduated, you continue to start working in the law firm. And the third thing that I love from Toastmaster Edwin, you already gave the task of humorous speech. You said in your campus is such kinds of high criminal locations. That's a kind of humorous thing that you already try in your first speech. That's a great, Toastmaster Edwin. Of course, we have a room of improvements that for Toastmaster Edwin to develop in the near futures. Number one is if you want to make a story about your journey of your life, you have to have maybe a little bit some conflict from your life. You have to share what is the negative sides that you already experience in your life that you need to share to the audience, that it can inject or make another experience for the audience. It will be make a better story rather than you give all the positive thing from your life. The second things, you have to try to make a simple conversation from your humorous, for example, high criminal location from UKI. Maybe you can make an imaginative conversation between you and your friends to talk about the location. So the audience will be more engaged. Oh, I understand that location is very dangerous, for example. And the third thing, try to deliver a speech by standing. Of course, this is your first speech, but it's okay to try deliver in a standing speech so we can get more space and you can try to deliver your gestures, try to ingest the audience by using the body language. Just try to use it in the next your speech, Toastmaster Edwin. Overall, congratulations that you already grabbed your first opportunity because that is your anchor. Congratulations, Toastmaster Edwin. Back to you, Toastmaster Hans.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ranto, for delivering the evaluation for Toastmaster Edwin. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have all the 3 evaluators. Let's hear the timer report. Okay.
Unfortunately, Toastmaster Noro, you passed 3 minutes and 49 seconds, so you can't be voted.
Okay. So now cast your votes, guys, and let's have 1 minute of silence, yeah? Okay.
Wait, am I eligible? I don't think I'm eligible.
You are eligible.
Oh, I
1
am
second
eligible.
before. Yeah.
In my time, it's overtime 2 seconds. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We are approaching the end of the meeting. There will be awarding session after this. But before it, let's have a photo together. 1 or 2 photos. Okay? If possible, please turn on your camera, guys, and we will take 2 photos. Okay, are you ready? Prepare your position and hold it in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yes, this is the first photo. And then let's prepare the second pose. Hold your position in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Great. Thank you very much. Now, I want to listen from you guys. What do you think about this session today with a bit modification in our agenda? Any feedback?
I think we have to, because this is the first time we make the not the usual setting. We have to, yeah, there is no, yeah, we get used to it actually, but some of us, actually me, that's a bit confused. Like what? What's the evaluation for each round? table topic, so it's a bit confusing at first, but eventually it's going to be better if we get used to it.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Yusuf. Any other input from you guys? Feel free.
I do like this new format.
Yeah.
Being evaluated the table topic. This is an opportunity for me to practice evaluating speech also.
I see. Thank you, Toastmaster Ricky. And any other opinion?
I think it's very interesting to have evaluation and small talk evaluation on formal after each table topic. So maybe others can say something. But actually at the beginning, because this is also the first time, I'm also quite confused about what to evaluate about the content or the like this tail evaluation in Toastmaster and also whether there is timer and so on. But maybe I also didn't listen. Thank you.
I see. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Gabriel. And how about the drawback? Because we remove some roles like grammarian and Ahwat. Is it worth the trade-off? Or what do you think, guys?
I have a comment on that. So it's actually it's not entirely bad because you're focusing on your members delivering project. So I think eventually you're focusing on education part of the members completion, which I think is good. But the other part is that maybe you also want to check with other guests or visiting Toastmasters who come like me, whether I can maybe have like a double role, maybe like as a GE or a grammarian, just to have a more role so that if you have a guest coming and if the guest noticing, hey, where's the grammarian? Hey, where's the why is Hans always talking? Something like that. Just I know that you give a disclaimer that that in the beginning that it's not just making about you, but I think maybe for those coming late, they might have a different impression. I think at the very least, yeah, I think maybe like I don't know. In my thought, maybe Gabriel could be a timer and also maybe a table topic, and maybe you can ask me to be a GE, and maybe you're not as overwhelmed because I see you, Hans. It seems that wow, Hans is doing everything, which is great for you. But yeah, maybe that's a thought.
Yes, thank you very much, our area director. We'll put that into consideration too.
You don't
I think
have
we
to
need
say
to.
red director.
I think we need to shift like formal and dynamic style like this, and it is worth to try. And of course, from my side, our consideration is to ignite more participation in you guys and to give more slot for prepared speaker, because it is what we are paying for. Our
Actually,
membership fee.
that's Hans. That's a great idea. If you
Yes.
want to make a format to be more casual, just state it in the beginning that hey, we're not going to have a grammarian. I'm going to be your MC along the way. So let's just have like a very casual conversation. I think if you're just establishing that in the very beginning, maybe we're not constantly wondering till the end that we're missing out roles. And also, I'm very distracted with Yuda's picture. It seems that he's freezing, but I think it's I think it's a profile picture.
Profile picture or virtual background.
That's a very good background or profile picture.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Reza. Okay, so now let's. Any other opinion on this? Otherwise, we can move to the awarding session by Toastmaster Gabriel. Okay, I think it is okay since Toastmaster Yuda said okay. Like this. Okay, Toastmaster Gabriel, so the time is yours.
Can you see my screen?
Still loading? Yes, we can.
Okay. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, so for the wording session in tonight's meeting, with our favorite prepared speech. Now, congratulations for Toastmaster Ricky for your great icebreaking speech. You got the favorite prepared speech tonight. Do you want to take a picture?
Okay. Probably let me count in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Back to you.
Okay, thank you. And next, for our most favorite table topic speaker, dum, dum, dum. Congratulations for Sentubi Toastmaster Yuda. Let's take a picture.
Well, I'm trying to spotlight him, but okay. Wait, it is weird. I've spotlighted him, but he is not in my view. How can? Okay lah, later lah. We will crop later. Okay, no problem.
Oh,
Let's
can you
move.
still spotlight Toastmaster Yuda? But Toastmaster Yuda, your camera is turned off.
It's okay. Just move to the.
Okay. And next for our evaluations, Toastmaster Ranto, congratulations.
Okay, so Toastmaster Ranta, hold your position in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Back to our ballot counter.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Back to you.
Oh, that's all. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for your participation here. And we would like to see you again on April. To be exact, 5th of April. So, see you next week. And don't forget to renew membership. We can discuss in our group, okay? And I can give financing options if you want to pay monthly. Feel free to contact me. And I would stop this official meeting by pressing the stop record button.